Welcome to Amazing 7. Get ready to explore the world's most incredible places, stories, and wonders. Hit subscribe and join the adventure. Imagine a country so vast, it could hold all of Western Europe within its borders. A place where the landscapes are painted with the broadest of brushes, from endless green plains to snow-dusted peaks that scrape the sky. This is Kazakhstan. It's a giant landlocked nation nestled right in the heart of Asia, sharing secrets with both Russia and China. Kazakhstan is like a geode. From the outside, it might appear as a simple, rugged stone on the world map. But crack it open, and you discover a dazzling interior filled with 1,000 different crystals. To step into Kazakhstan is to step into a story that is still being written, a grand epic of nomads, Silk Road traders, Soviet ambition, and a future that gleams with futuristic architecture. This isn't just a destination, it's an experience that recalibrates your sense of scale. The distances are immense, the horizons infinite. It's a journey that takes you from the familiar to the fantastical. To understand Kazakhstan, you must first understand the steppe. It is the country's soul, its defining feature. Covering a third of the nation, this is not just an empty space, it is a living, breathing ecosystem that has shaped the Kazakh identity for millennia. Imagine an ocean, but instead of water, it is made of grass and wildflowers, stretching to every horizon under a sky so big it feels like a dome. It is the ancestral home of the nomads, people who learn to live in harmony with its vastness, their lives dictated by the seasons and the movement of their herds. This immense grassland is far from uniform. It is dotted with freshwater and saltwater lakes, oases of life that attract spectacular bird life, including flocks of pink flamingos that seem impossibly exotic in this setting. Standing in the middle of it all, with no sign of civilization in sight, you feel a connection to something primal, a sense of belonging to the planet in its purest form. Nestled in the foothills of the mighty Tian Shan Mountains, Almaty is Kazakhstan's cultural soul and its largest city. It feels less like a sprawling metropolis and more like a grand, leafy park that happens to have buildings in it. Its name translates to Father of Apples, and it's believed this region is the ancestral home of all apples. The city is a delightful paradox. Panfilov Park is the city's green heart, home to the stunning Zenkov Cathedral, a whimsical, colorful wooden structure built entirely without nails. It's a fairy tale church that somehow survived earthquakes and the Soviet era. The true magic of Almaty, however, is its proximity to raw, untamed nature. The mountains are not a distant backdrop. They are its playground. A 30-minute drive can transport you from the urban hustle to the serene mountain landscapes of the Il Alatau National Park. You can spend your morning trekking to a mountain lake and your evening enjoying a world-class ballet performance. About a 3-hour drive east of Almaty lies one of Kazakhstan's most astonishing natural wonders, Charin Canyon. If the Grand Canyon in the United States is a vast, ancient library of geological history, then Charin Canyon is its more dramatic and fiery younger sibling. As you approach, the flat, featureless steppe gives no hint of the spectacle to come. Then suddenly, the earth splits open, revealing a breathtaking chasm carved deep into the arid plain by the Charin River over millions of years. The most famous part of the canyon is the Valley of Castles. A walk through this 2-kilometer stretch feels like stepping onto another planet or into a fantasy epic. The wind and water have eroded the red sandstone into fantastical shapes that resemble ancient fortresses, towering spires, and mythical creatures. The colors are what strike you most: deep reds, burnt oranges, and sandy yellows that shift and change with the light of the day. At sunrise or sunset, the canyon walls seem to catch fire, glowing with an intensity that feels almost supernatural. Unlike its American counterpart, Charin Canyon offers an incredibly intimate experience. You can descend right to the canyon floor and walk along the dry riverbed, touching the ancient rock and feeling dwarfed by the towering cliffs on either side. Deep within the Tian Shan Mountains, just a few hours from Almaty, lies a place of eerie and breathtaking beauty. Getting to Kaindy Lake is an adventure in itself. The final stretch of the journey requires a sturdy 4x4 vehicle to navigate the rough, unpaved mountain tracks. Kaindy Lake is not your typical alpine jewel of turquoise water. It's something far more surreal, a natural spectacle that honestly looks like a scene from a dream. Imagine a crystal-clear mountain lake, but rising from its glassy surface, there's a forest of skeletal trees. These are the tops of giant Schrenk spruce trees, perfectly preserved, their bare trunks pointing to the sky like the masts of sunken ships. Kandy Lake is quite literally a sunken forest, a place where nature's destructive power has created something hauntingly beautiful. The incredibly cold water, which barely rises above 6 degrees Celsius even in summer, acted as a perfect preservative. Below the surface, the submerged parts of the trees are still adorned with their needles, creating an ethereal underwater forest. Not all of Kazakhstan's must-see destinations are beautiful in the traditional sense. Some are powerful, haunting, and deeply important. The journey to the former port town of Aralsk, on the edge of what was once the Aral Sea, is one such experience. Visiting the ship graveyard is a profoundly moving experience. The story of the Aral Sea is a stark lesson in unintended consequences. To stand on what was once the seabed, now a salt-encrusted desert called the Aralkum, is to witness the scale of this human-made catastrophe firsthand. But this is not just a story of loss. It is also a remarkable story of hope and resilience. In the northern part of the Aral Sea, within Kazakhstan, a monumental effort has been made to save what is left. The results have been astonishing, far exceeding expectations. The Kokorol Dam was completed in 2005, separating the small North Aral Sea from the much larger and largely lost South Aral Sea. The water level has risen, the salinity has decreased, and fish have returned. If Almaty is Kazakhstan's historic heart, then its capital city Astana is its futuristic brain. Rising dramatically from the flat, windswept steppe, Astana is one of the world's most surreal and ambitious urban projects. It's a city that feels as though it was designed by science fiction authors and brought to life by world-renowned architects. The Bayterik Tower is the city's icon, a 105-meter-tall white lattice structure topped with a golden sphere, meant to represent a mythical tree of life, and a golden egg laid by the magic bird Samruk. Then there's the Khan Shatir, a gigantic translucent tent that serves as a shopping and entertainment center, complete with an indoor beach resort. It's a climate-controlled haven designed to provide respite from the region's extreme temperatures. At night, the city comes alive with a spectacular display of lights, turning the futuristic structures into glowing beacons on the dark steppe. Astana offers a startling contrast to the ancient landscapes that dominate much of the country. To truly know a country, you must taste its food. In Kazakhstan, the cuisine is a direct reflection of its nomadic heritage and its landscape. The national dish, beshbarmak, which translates to 5 fingers because it was traditionally eaten by hand, is the heart of any celebration. Shashlik, the Central Asian version of shish kebab, is ubiquitous and delicious. Skewers of marinated lamb, beef or chicken are grilled over hot coals, delivering a smoky, succulent flavor that is simply irresistible. And of course, tea is the cornerstone of Kazakh hospitality. You will be offered a bowl, not a cup, of black tea with milk at every home you enter. It's a ritual of welcome and friendship. So why should Kazakhstan be at the very top of your travel list? Because it offers something that is increasingly rare in our interconnected world, a sense of genuine discovery. This is not a country that has been polished and packaged for mass tourism. It remains raw, authentic, and full of surprises. Kazakhstan is a land of staggering diversity. Where else in the world can you trek through a canyon of red rock, ski in pristine mountains, witness the rebirth of a sea, and walk through a futuristic city, all within the borders of one nation? It's like visiting several different countries at once. This diversity extends to its culture. The Kazakh people, with their deep-rooted nomadic traditions of hospitality, are some of the most welcoming I have ever met. Theirs is a society woven from more than 100 ethnicities, creating a tapestry of traditions, languages, and cuisines that is both fascinating and harmonious. Ultimately, you should go to Kazakhstan because it will change you. It will recalibrate your sense of space, time, and beauty. It will show you landscapes you didn't think were possible and introduce you to a culture of warmth and resilience that will stay with you forever. The call of the wild heart of Eurasia is growing louder. It's a call for adventure, for understanding, and for the kind of travel that leaves a permanent positive mark on your soul. Don't just read about it. Don't just look at the pictures. Go. Step into the unknown. The great, beautiful, and surprising land of Kazakhstan is waiting. Thanks for watching Amazing 7. If you enjoyed this journey, smash that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell for more mind-blowing adventures. See you in the next episode.